Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. Get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial at www.audibletrial.com/thenerdcore. Over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player.
Hello, nerds. You're listening to an episode on the Nerdcore podcast feed. If you're feeling generous, please consider pledging to a tier on our Patreon at patreon.com/thenerdcore. We have tiers as low as $1 per month. Thanks so much, and enjoy the episode.
Hey everyone, before we can get into today's episode, I need to talk to you all about Anchor. Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast and is the platform I've been using for over 2 years. Anchor is easy because it's free, includes creation tools on your tablet or phone from the get-go, rewards creators with sponsorships with no minimum listenership, and best of all, they distribute your podcast to places like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and many more. So if you want to make a podcast, you should download the Anchor app or visit anchor.fm. Now let's get into today's episode. Hello, you're listening to an episode on the Nerdcore podcast feed. We hope you can visit our page at Patreon at www.patreon.com/nerdcore. They have tiers that start as low as $1, and we hope you can consider pledging to one of those tiers. Enjoy the episode. Hola mi gente, welcome back to the Nerd Chicano show, the only show hosted by two Latin lovers themselves. The Nerd Chicano himself, Raul Mendoza, along with his co-host, Latin lover number 2, Luis. Say hello.
Dude, I'm actually white. I was just pretending to be Hispanic this whole time, just so I can get in the show.
Oh yeah, so much, bro. Like, cause I know your name is Luis Smith.
Actually, my name's John.
Nah, bro, you're the one.
He's straight up on my blocked that.
Yeah, you just on my block that shit. And then making her debut on the Nerd Chicano show, coming from distant lands of the Gamer Core show, is the wonderful Ashley Garcia, the Gucci Bat.
La Gucci Bat. Hi, everyone.
Hey, so you're really asking, what the hell is Ashley doing in here? She's not on this show. She's not even a co-host on this show. Well, guess what? Ashley is one of our dearest patrons because she is awesome and she's subscribed to the movie club. So I gave all of y'all notice, if you wanted to join the movie club before today, no one joined, but it's okay. So Ashley's here to review Ex Machina, that's September's movie club movie. So if you do want to become a movie club member, go to our Patreon, sign up for that $5 pledge, and you get to review a movie every month with us. But we're not going to go ahead and do that first. We got some stuff to talk about because I think the world needs us to talk about this already. That Lady Gaga song.
Damn.
From A Star Is Born. That's the first track off the Star Is Born soundtrack. God, man.
Yeah, I think, remember, we've been wanting to listen to that song.
Yeah.
For a few like a month or something, but I think they barely released it on Spotify. Was it yesterday?
Yeah, just yesterday. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about that, but I want to let Ashley introduce herself. Tell the people about Patreon, how good it is. Nah, you don't really gotta do that. Just say hello. Tell everybody who you are if they don't know you. I doubt that they don't know you because this is on the same feed. So I would think that people who listen to this show also listen to the Gamer Core.
Yeah, my name is Ashley. I'm from Los Angeles, California. I co-host with Brad and Raul on the Gamer Court. It's a fun time. If you didn't catch yesterday's episode, we talked about horse testicles and did everything in Western accents. So check that out. Just saying. And if you're not a patron, what are you doing? You're missing out.
Yeah.
You could be here with me reviewing this movie right now, which was a trip. It was a really good movie. Yeah. I was not expecting that ending.
Yeah. So I cannot wait to talk about that. And it's going to be all spoiler review, guys. So if y'all don't want to get spoiled, you know what to do. But for now, let's go ahead and talk about this song because, well, first of all, let's talk about this fucking movie. I cannot wait for this goddamn movie. I don't know how many times we have to say this in this show. I think we've made it very clear, Luis and I, that this is really at the top of our list right now, like what we want to watch. Luis is coming over here. He is gonna miss out on watching it for 2 weeks just to come over here and watch it with me in the theater.
Yeah, I'm gonna be traveling 354 miles just so I can go see this movie with Raul because that's how important this movie is.
Yeah, we're gonna take the tissues. Really? We're gonna take the tissues, and then we're gonna go to the theater, and we're just gonna sit there, and we're gonna cry, man. You know, we're gonna cry because this. I mean, the first trailer. Like,
it's okay to cry. It's 2018, guys.
It's 2018, guys. Come on.
Let men cry.
Yeah, let men cry. It's 2018, ladies. Treat a man right, or another man will. You know, it's gonna be Luis or I. So what's it called? You know, we're gonna cry our asses off on this, man. It's gonna be amazing, and I think, especially after listening to the song, Ashley and Luis. Gaga's coming for that fucking Oscar. She's coming for that fucking Oscar. Whether it be best song or best actress, she's coming for it, man.
But you know what? Is it me but does it sound a little bit different than on the trailer?
Oh yeah, because they probably had it a little bit higher up to really emphasize the music.
Yeah. That's what I was noticing when listening to the song. That when I was listening on the trailer, it was just like an overwhelming amount of like, you know, the music, right? And then it kind of gave me like goosebumps and shit. Yeah. Like obviously the song on Spotify or iTunes or wherever anyone listens to the song is pretty good, but it's not the same as like the trailer song bit thing. Yeah. But it's still a good song.
Yeah, it's still a good song, and I think the reason why
literal chills.
Yeah, and I think the reason why you got a little bit more affected by it in the trailers because it's you also seen the footage from the movie, so you have these various images showing from the movie that are really, really gonna get you emotionally involved into it, and I think that's why the song was more of an impact in the trailer.
Yeah, when he says, hey.
And
then she
turns back.
Like, and then she's like, what? Nothing. I just wanted to get another look at you. I'm like, boy!
I know, dude. That one hits so freaking. You're like, oh my God, that's so fucking cute. And Ashley's is muted right now. She's on a call on work, but I'm going to let her get back in here and give us her thoughts. But, Luis, I'm gonna ask this because you know we're gonna get close to reviewing this movie when it comes out and we get to watch it together. Mm-hmm. So you know we're like a month out before we can actually watch it.
I'm so excited.
I know it sucks that we're literally like a month out, but how big are the chances? Like you know, Golden Globes. I know this is gonna sweep it. This is gonna sweep it at the Golden Globes. You know,
I think it's going for Oscars too, bro. It's got to go for Oscars too.
Oh, I know, but do you think this being Cooper's directorial debut, do you think he gets that best director nomination?
Well, hold on. It depends on how good the movie with the Chalamet, I don't know his first name. Really
Chalamet.
Cool guy.
Timothy Chalamet.
It depends on how that movie does with Steve Carell.
Yeah.
Depends, because that movie also looks amazing. Yeah. Amazing. So I'm not too sure which one's gonna like take the best picture, and then also who's gonna take best director. Yeah. But we'll see. Well, I mean, they're so different, right? One's like a drama on like the effects of like
addiction
and abuse, and then him like trying to reestablish his relationship with his father. Yeah. And then this one's just a movie about him finding love and him also producing music, and then her finding herself through the music, and etc. Yeah. So we'll see what the people see. We'll see what the people decide, and that'll be that.
I can't wait to watch both of those movies, and I'm hoping that Luis is here for when. I hope the movie comes out when Luis is here. Beautiful boy, so we can watch that as well. But I know that those two are going to be neck and neck with each other to compete. Mm-hmm. Probably both would end up getting nominated. But I'm hoping that that Bradley Cooper gets a directorial Oscar too. You know, he gets nominated at least. You know, Jonah Hill is directing something this year too, which a lot of buzz is for that. And but God, man, I just can't wait to watch A Star Is Born. I can't even fathom like what I'm feeling for this movie, because it just looks so good. The minute we finish watching that movie and they have the soundtrack on Spotify, I'm gonna just keep listening to the soundtrack like that. Just gonna go like that. Just gonna keep listening to it. So I wonder where Ashley is, because hold up, I'm gonna go ahead and ask her.
People are so. Oh my gosh, my voice is going out. It's like I'm smoking with your neighbors next door.
Oh goodness.
Ashley, so yeah, you muted yourself because you were in a call, right? So we were just talking about Stars Born, the song, and I'm just we're gonna ask you, where's your hype level for this movie?
It's 10 times higher than it was before. Lady Gaga's really talented. She can do it all. Acting, singing. She's multi-versatile in instruments. So I was already looking forward to checking this out. Not a big Bradley Cooper fan, but that song was amazing.
Yeah, well, that Cooper's directing this. This is his first time ever directing a movie.
That's right. I almost forgot about that.
Yeah.
I don't mind him as a director. It's as an actor that I'm kind of like hit or miss with him on.
Yeah. Well, come on, man. He's Rocket Raccoon. That's the best one.
I have a lot of friends that actually don't know he's the voice of that. They were so surprised. I was like, what? You guys didn't know?
You guys ever see the behind the scenes stuff of Bradley Cooper in the studio recording the voice? He gets so into it.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
He gets so into it, but all right. So we're both looking forward to this movie. Hopefully, if you watch it, Ashley, if you actually get the chance to watch it, you can hop onto the show with us and talk it. But for now, Luis and I we're really really looking forward to this. I want to I have Roma up there from Alfonso Cuarón, and then I have this one, but this is up there in my anticipated list right now. Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah. So, any final thoughts on that song before we move on?
No,
I wish I could sing like that. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Let's go.
Yeah. No, I wish I could sing like that too. Damn, man. The part that gives me the chills is the and I'm like, oh, I'm like feel them coming up. Oh man. So what also happened? Oh, Luis, it was Will Smith's 50th birthday. He did the bungee jump off the helicopter. Did you see that?
Did you see it? He did it with Yes Siri.
Yeah.
Remember the guys that I told you about?
Yeah. That's freaking awesome. Yeah. No, Will Smith is still kicking it like he's freaking 16.
He's living his best life, dude.
Yeah.
He's living his best life with his best wife and his best kids. Fucking amazing guy, dude. Amazing guy.
Yeah. I have so much fucking respect for Will Smith for that. You did that shit, but also he does the YouTube stuff, which is awesome to see him doing another grind and acting. Actually, I don't know if you watched that video of Will Smith jumping off a helicopter, bungee jumping off a helicopter.
I didn't see that actually. When did that come out?
I think yesterday.
I think it was a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah. So this one YouTube channel does like a bunch of like stuff, like Daredevil stuff. Like if it's your last day on Earth, what would you do and stuff. Like that. So he did this thing where he was like, for my 50th birthday, I'm going to bungee jump off a helicopter with these dudes. And he did it. He turned 50 and he bungee jumped off the helicopter at 50 years old.
Wow.
Over the Grand Canyon.
Over the Grand Canyon. Holy shit.
Jesus. Nerves of steel.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, sorry. Like on this show, we really discuss a lot more stuff than movies and music. I mean, movies and video games.
Yeah. And Raul, I want you to make me a promise on the show.
No.
Yes, you have to, because you're on air and it just happens to happen.
I'm never gonna jump off a fucking helicopter.
When it's my 22nd birthday and I go to Houston in the next 2 weeks.
No.
Let's go skydiving.
No.
Dude, Raul, what the fuck?
I'm not doing it.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you gotta do it. You're on the air.
No, I'm not gonna do it. I can say no on air. I don't care. I'm not gonna do it. Call me whatever you want, man. I'm a little bitch. I don't care. I'm not gonna do it.
Oh my goodness. Well, let's go bungee jumping then.
No, hell no.
Okay. I had a friend that asked me the same thing the other day, actually, and I kind of gave the same response. Yeah. So I'm right there with you.
I'm not trying to die.
You're not gonna die. It's safe.
Oh yeah, so safe. But what happens if a fucking cord breaks off or something, dude? Nah.
Well, that's why we're gonna go skydiving.
No, God, no, man, no.
There's no
What if my
cord.
parachute doesn't work? No, bro,
You have a
I'm
secondary parachute.
good. No, I'm good, bro.
You have two
bro.
chances.
Look,
And
you
if
want,
in those two chances that they don't go off, then you die, and then you worry.
nah, like you want to go
It'll be
laser
quick. It'll
tag?
be quick.
Hell yeah. You want to do bowling? Hell yeah. You want to do fucking
What about snorkeling?
no,
scuba
dude, you know the fucking ocean scares the shit out of me.
Jesus Christ.
You know how undiscovered that stuff is?
Let's go to SPI or Hawaii, and then we go scuba diving.
Look, how about one?
But like
How
in really
about
clear
look,
waters.
how about we go to Tenochtitlan in Teotihuacan in Mexico, and we climb the Temple of the Sun.
Down.
Yeah, of course we can do
Yeah,
that. You
okay,
know that
okay.
you know I did that in Belize when I went to Tulum, and I
Look at you.
yeah, I climbed the Temple of the Sun at the Mayan Temple of the Sun. But I'm talking about Teotihuacan in Mexico. Climbed that huge pyramid. We can
Oh,
bring
Mexico
Ashley
City,
too.
right?
We can bring Brad as well.
Yeah, dude, that'd be fun.
So I'm dude. I was sweating thinking about my hands were sweating thinking about fucking jumping out of an airplane. Nah, man, I'm good. I'm good.
That'd be
But
fun though. You'd have fun.
I don't know about that, my friend. I don't know about that. I like staying as close to the ground as I can. All right, so let's go ahead and go into the movie because it's time to do it. We played around already. That's sorry, Ashley. We do things a little bit different here at the Nerd Chicano Show. We talk about all forms of entertainment, and one of them is the internet stuff. But let's go ahead and go into the movie. So if you have not watched Ex Machina, make sure you click off because I will not be the one to spoil this fantastic film for you. And it's on Netflix. You don't have to go looking so hard for it. It's also on Amazon Prime, I believe. I might be wrong there. Hold up, let me check that. I do not want to be wrong with this. To be like, oh, well, I got Amazon Prime just to watch it, and it's not there. Your podcast sucks.
Does everyone talk like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. No, it's not on Amazon Prime, but it is on Netflix. So if you guys have Netflix, which I believe most of you do, go ahead and go watch Ex Machina.
I'm sorry, it's not on Hulu either.
No, it's on Netflix only. So go ahead and go watch Ex Machina. But for now, we will be speaking about it as if you watched it. So the spoiler warning goes into effect in 3, 2, 1. Let me introduce it. Let me introduce the directors and stuff like that, and then I'll let Luis introduce the plot because Luis was the one who picked this movie for September. So Ex Machina is directed by Alex Garland and written by Alex Garland himself. It stars Domhnall Gleeson, Alicia Vikander, and Oscar Isaac. The music is done by Ben Salisbury and Geoff Barrow. Cinematography is done by Rob Hardy. It was produced by Films 4 and DNA Films, but it was distributed by A24 in the United States and Universal internationally. Oh my god, there's a lot of dates. It was like 3 dates. It was released in December 16th, 2014 at BFI's South Bank Film Festival. And then it was released January 21st, 2015 in the United Kingdom. But it was released until April 10th, 2015 in the United States. The movie is about an hour and 48 minutes. Wait, no, actually, yeah, an hour and 48 minutes. Not that long. And it had a budget of $15 million and made $36.9 million at the box office. All right. So, Luis, go ahead and introduce the plot of the movie as best as you can.
Well, since I suck at explaining shit, I just Google search the film synopsis. That's okay, everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. Caleb Smith, a programmer at a huge internet company, wins a contest that enables him to spend a weekend at a private estate of Nathan Bateman, Oscar Isaac's character. His firm's brilliant CEO. When he arrives, Caleb learns that he has been chosen to be a human component in testing the AI capabilities of a conscious Ava. It's the character. I don't know how to say her name.
Alicia Vikander.
A beautiful robot. However, it soon becomes evident that Ava is far more self-aware than they ever imagined. And then there we go.
All right. So let's go ahead and get some initial thoughts here. Ashley first, because you are the guest, because you are a wonderful patron. Tell us what you thought initially, initially what you thought of the movie, first hour in. Not even first hour, I'm sorry, first 30 minutes in.
I thought Oscar Isaac is who I aspire to be when I grow up. His character, Nathan, was really good. He went from being one of my favorite villains, and me kind of low-key rooting for him, to me just hating him by the end.
Yeah.
So that was great. He's so good in this. I thought it was also shot very well.
Oh, yeah.
It was really focused on the lights and everything, and I thought that was magnificent. Those were my first impressions going into the film.
Yeah. So for y'all who don't know, the title is actually a play on the word of the plot device in theater known as Deus Ex Machina. So Deus Ex Machina is basically when if a writer does not know how to solve the plot at the end, he brings in an all-knowing force to resolve it, in the best one I can use, and this is going to be a spoiler alert for Game of Thrones season 7. So when Jon is in the is being almost bombarded by the whites in north of the wall, and Uncle Benji comes in to save the day. We didn't know where Uncle Benji was. We didn't know when he got there, but he just magically appeared to save the day. That's the best example I can give you of Deus Ex Machina. So it's a play on that. And it literally relates to what this robot was supposed to be. It was supposed to be such an intelligent life form that it was supposed to save the problems of all humans. And I feel like that's what it was initially made to be. And it was only supposed to serve the people who she was going to serve, which we find out was not how things went. So initially, I thought this was wow. I was watching this. I'm like, first of all, this is shot so well. And then second of all, I'm like, wow, they really know how to cast Oscar Isaac in these roles. And, he's wonderful in this movie. Luis, what are your initial thoughts when you started watching the movie?
So it was pretty interesting. First watching the film, I really thought that I liked the whole beginning of it. Right, it was like someone was watching him through his webcam or some crap, and it was like him winning some contest, some lottery thing, and it turns out it wasn't, a lottery or anything. It was actually it was picked out specifically by the CEO and stuff. And I like how they take him on a helicopter to this isolated, mega institute structured thing that only Oscar Isaac's character's in. And I thought that it was so interesting when he was trying to lead him on, oh, what are we really doing here? And then he actually shows them what they are here for, and he makes them sign a non-disclosure agreement. And then I was like, damn, when you sign those shits, shit's about to get real. Real life stuff, man. Don't sign non-disclosure agreements ever. Seriously though, I
forgot to tell you guys that you guys are gonna get some non-disclosure agreements actually after this.
Nobody signed those shits. Those are
sign me up.
Fake news.
You know what the funniest thing is that literally how it begins, it's like, you won a contest, and he still clicks on it. Who the hell in their right mind clicks that shit when you get
especially a programmer or whatever he is, AI tech or whatever.
Yeah, you know how many times you get if you're going, the thing with me that always happens is when I'm trying to read articles on /film, and I get the advertisements of, hello, Amazon user, you just won a $1,000 gift card for Amazon. And click OK so you can reclaim your award. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm just thinking when I'm watching this, why the hell did he click that? You know how this shit works? I thought that was funny. So as we keep going, we find out that Ava is a lot smarter than we're led to believe. She starts to really mess with the way things are going, so that way it can look like Oscar Isaac's character Nathan doesn't really hear what he's talking with Donald Gleason's character. And in this way, Ava is manipulating Donald Gleason's character so that way she could find a way out of this place, so she could actually live a life for the first time. and it's really smart, and it's crazy how you're led to believe that, oh, this is just a robot that's gonna serve you, and at the end, towards the end, you find out like, wow, this is an actual robot that can actually like understand human emotion and manipulate those human emotions to get what she can get, so that way she could actually live a life out of it. So I'm gonna ask y'all, like, what do y'all think about Alicia Vikander's performance, especially since it's mostly green screen that she's doing with this? You can go first, Ashley. Oh, Ashley's muted. All right, Luis, just tell us what did you think about Alicia Vikander in the movie?
Well, she was definitely better than the
Tomb
Raider shit that we watched.
Yeah.
Remember that crap roll?
Oh God. Yeah, I've never felt so angry at a theater before. We paid for it. That's why I didn't want to get out of it. It was long before movie.
It hurt, man. It hurt my heart. Like it hurt worse than a breakup, man. It was just like, fuck. Like, I can't believe I spent my hard-earned money on this shit. No, but anyways, we're talking about this film. Yeah. No, I thought it was awesome. Like, I thought she did a good job, and her actions and her facial expressions, how when she first was talking to I'm sorry, I forgot his name, the programmer's name.
Donald Gleason's character. I can't remember his name.
Yeah. Right. His character, like when she was talking to him initially, her face was motionless, right? So she was like an actual just AI robot.
Yeah.
Typical 2018 Google Assistant type of shit.
Yeah.
And then like the lights turn off and the red lights come on and everything. And then she's actually like a human. You know, she has human emotions. She talks and walks and she has actual emotion, which is kind of scary, man. Like, I'm all for AI technology, to be honest. I really am. Like, I like it. I love my Google Assistant and I love my Siri stuff, you know. But it's kind of scary too, you know. Like, a little bit off topic from this, but I'm not too sure if you've read the there was this like conference that the Google had where they were testing out the new capabilities of the Google Assistant. Yeah. And so now she can actually I guess call places to make appointments, and you won't even tell the difference. I don't know if you've actually seen the video.
No, I have not seen the video.
Yeah, like the Google Assistant, like the AI is talking to a person who's like a barbershop lady, and she's making the appointment and etc. And she's like arguing like times and prices and shit.
Some crazy shit.
And like and it's so scary because like you have no idea that AI is actually like the Google Assistant, and so it makes you think like we're kind of getting there. Like, we are kind of moving in the right path, but it's a scary path, you know?
Yeah.
And at what point do we put barriers, or what point do we say like, hey, maybe like, or when the call starts or whatever, you are talking to an AI and then the conversation starts. You know, I don't know.
Well,
it's a little off topic, but I just wanted to bring that up just because we're talking about AI and the future of humanity, and you know, it's and you know, his doom and shit. You know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the whole basis of who Ava is based on curiosity. You know, they wanted to make this robot who could serve, and in the end she kind of takes a turn for herself. So Ashley was muted when we were talking about Alicia Vikander, so I'm going to ask her, Ashley, what did you think about Alicia Vikander's performance in the movie?
I thought Alicia Vikander did an excellent job. She had me going. There's, you know, a couple of incidences or a couple moments in the movie where you're not really sure what side she's playing.
Yeah.
There's a bit of foreshadowing kind of as you progress. Like when she's asking Caleb, you know, are you a good person? Then you get later on into the movie and you see, you know, him trying to save the other Ava units. Or at the very end where where Oscar Isaac's character Nathan is telling him that the real test was if she's convincing enough. Like, could she have fooled you? Very, very good. I didn't know she actually didn't use a green screen. I was reading about the cinematography, and Rob Hardy made a comment about how she really didn't use green screen.
What? Oh, was it prosthetic?
I was looking that up, and I guess it was a combination of a Sony f65 lens, and then how they built the lights onto the set. It let them shoot very quickly. But I don't get that. But I do know that I read somewhere that she wasn't using green screen, or they weren't using as much of a green screen, which made it even more impressive, the whole film, to me, because I was like, how the hell are they doing that without a green screen? But you got to fact check me on that.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not talking about like, the set. I'm talking about her suit that she's wearing then.
Oh, yeah, her suit. Yeah. They wanted to make her look as human as possible.
Yeah,
I'll send over the link to the article I was reading, but it was really, really weird.
It says the film was shot in live action with all effects done in post-production. During filming, there was no special effects, green screen, or tracking markers used. To create Ava's robotic features, scenes were filmed both with and without actress Alicia Vikander's presence, which allowed capturing the background behind her. The parts necessary to keep especially her hands and face were then rotoscoped, while the rest was digitally painted out, and the background behind her restored. Camera and body tracking systems transferred Vikander's performance into CGI robots' movements. In total, there were about 800 VFX shots, of which 350 or so were robot shots. Other visual effects included Ava's clothes, which were shown throughout the transparent areas of her body, Nathan's blood after being stabbed, and the interior of the artificial brains. Holy crap, that actually makes me appreciate this movie a lot more now. That it's not green screen.
That's what made it like even better for me after I read up on that. I thought that was amazing. Rob Hardy was the man that shot this, and if you want to read the full article, it's actually quite amazing.
Yeah,
he goes into detail about how he shot it, his choices, why they chose Norway as a location. It's really cool.
Yeah. What do you think, Luis? Are you surprised now that this isn't like really green screen of Ava's body?
Well, you can tell it's a bodysuit, that she was using. And I'm sure that they did, like you said, they did everything in in post production. Yeah. But I thought it was, I mean, like when I saw the film, I obviously could tell she was wearing a bodysuit because it didn't really match like the. I don't know how to explain it, but the. Oh shit! I think I'm lagging.
Skin tone?
No.
I'm lagging.
No, you're not lagging.
I can hear like.
It was going.
Shit.
Yeah, it was going. I know. It went away already, though.
Testing.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. Okay.
Yeah. So it didn't really match the skin tone, and you could tell, which is pretty cool. I'm just really fascinated by the way that they did this. Let's go ahead and get this one out of the way. I thought Oscar Isaac dancing was pretty cool. It was really funny. It was really cool, though.
He's a really good dancer, man.
Yeah. Come on, man. Mi hermano is Latino. How is he not going to be a good dancer, Go on. We have it in our genes to be as very... we have rhythm, okay? We have it's in our making of our DNA that we have rhythm.
I think I'm missing that part, dude.
No, you have it. You just... you just don't practice as much, you
That's
just...
true, but I do love dancing.
Yeah. Ashley, you like dancing?
Heck yeah. Dance Revolution is my stuff.
Oh, yeah. And what... Oh, Just Dance 2018.
Heck yeah. Just Dance 2018, too.
Yeah. With the dancing panda from E3.
Yes.
Oh, man. Yeah, so... I just really, really enjoyed this movie. I'm really glad that Luis chose it because it had been a while since I had watched it, and I go back to it and I'm like, wow, like Alex Garland really wrote and directed a wonderful movie, and I'm kind of bummed now that I haven't watched Annihilation, which I should get to because I've heard nothing but great things about Annihilation. So before we actually go into final thoughts, I'm gonna ask you guys. If have you watched any more movies of this company, A24? Luis, I know you have.
Just a couple.
You've watched Hereditary, so you watched an A24 movie before.
Okay,
yeah.
I see which ones are. I've seen that movie and Annihilation, and I wanted to just add a little bit to that, but that movie was actually really bad.
Really?
Annihilation was really good.
Well, compared to Ex Machina, I don't expect it to be amazing, but I still have to watch it and make my opinion for myself. But where does this rank in your A24 movies?
Based on that, probably the first. It probably takes the first.
Yeah. Hold up, I'm gonna get you a list of these movies because I'm pretty sure you've watched more than you think.
Yeah, Laggies was also. Remember that movie I told you about? That
Which one?
Like this girl that has a quarter life crisis.
Oh,
She's like
yeah.
in her late 20s or whatever, but she like goes.
Yeah. So we have, some of the most famous ones. Enemy, Life After Beth, Laggies. That's the one you're talking about. Laggies. Ex Machina. Mississippi Grind. Room, which you watched that one before, right, Luis? We watched Room.
Actually, hold on. Yeah, man.
Yeah, the Witch.
I didn't know it was made by those persons.
Yeah, that company. Yeah, they made it. The Witch, Green Room, De Palma, Swiss Army Man, Into the Forest, Moonlight, 20th Century Women, It Comes at Night, A Ghost Story, Good Time, The Florida Project, The Killing of a Sacred Deer, Lady Bird, The Disaster Artist.
Spring Breakers.
No, not Spring Breakers. It's not on here.
Yeah, they're made by that one. That company.
Really? First Reformed?
Yeah, Spring Breakers and Swiss Army Man.
Yeah, First Reformed, Hereditary, How to Talk to Girls at Parties. I need to watch that one. 8th Grade, and A Prayer Before Dawn. That's some of the ones that are at the moment. This ranks
and
at
Moonlight.
Least, I want to say number 3. This is going to be a shocker to everybody because, it's really weird that I put horror movies this high up. My favorite A24 movie is Hereditary. It is crazy that I still have a horror movie on my mind right now, and I watched that at least a month ago. Number 2 would be Good Time. If you've never watched Good Time, that is a really, really good movie. Robert Pattinson, I know he was kind of silly in Twilight, but he gives an amazing performance in that movie. And then Ex Machina falls there in my top 3. Number 3. What about you, Luis?
Okay, so now that I know what films are in the actual company, I'm gonna disregard Ex Machina. It's not my first one. It's Room, Ex Machina, and then Moonlight.
Moonlight. Oh God, Moonlight is so beautiful. I love Moonlight. What about you, Ashley? Where does this rank up in there?
I would put it in my top 3 or 4 for sure. I'm gonna have to go with Moonlight as my favorite.
Yeah.
I would put Ex Machina probably right below The Lobster,
Okay.
which is my number 2 pick. I know a lot of people were kind of iffy about that movie, but I loved it.
Yeah, I have not watched that one. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I mean, sounds good. It looks like it's mostly in the same place for a lot of us, either number 3 or number 2. I just thought it was crazy that, that I would never admit to myself that a horror movie is one of my favorite movies, and that the fact is that, that Hereditary is number 1 for me at the moment. But Ex Machina, it is a cornerstone of science fiction. That's the only way I can explain it in my final thoughts. This movie's a cornerstone of science fiction, and Alex Garland is a really, really great director that you should be looking out for up and coming, because he is going to be a big thing to play in sci-fi. I actually put this up there with Blade Runner as being some of the most unique films in sci-fi. And I can't wait to see what else we get of this director. I still got to go watch Annihilation. If it's true, like Luis said, that it was bad, then I will give you all an update. But if it's good, I will also sing the cheers for it. But I've been very, very loose with the 10s. And this is another one that's going to get a 10 for me. Ex Machina is perfect. There is nothing wrong with this movie. This is like the 3rd time I've watched this movie. I have not found anything wrong with it. The score is beautiful. The cinematography is great. Performances are great. The story is amazing, and the direction is just phenomenal. I really don't see anything wrong from it. So, Luis, what is your score and your final thoughts on Ex Machina?
Score is probably gonna be a 9.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
And this proves that you don't need a big budget to make an awesome film.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. Ashley, what about you?
I'll give it a 10. I was going to give it a 9 out of 10, but with, Oscar Isaac's dancing and the really clever way how they shot this, that really pushed it over the edge. Have either of you seen John Carpenter's The Thing?
Yes, I watched The Thing.
This movie, I guess, was heavily... The Thing heavily inspired this movie, so that kind of makes more sense to me on how this was, written, and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's awesome. Luis, you have never watched The Thing, right? It's an oldie.
I'm watching Google images on it.
Yeah,
but
it's a
scary.
It's a.
What is that?
It's very
It's scary, man. I don't know.
Yeah, it's very it was very experimental for its time, so a lot of people didn't like The Thing, but then they grew to love it and it grew a cult following, like Blade Runner did, and now it's considered as like one of the greatest horror movies of all time and science fiction as well. So
damn, it looks scary, dude.
Yeah, I know you're a little bit kind of iffy on the oldies. There's some that really do it for you, and there's some that don't do it for you. So I mean, if you ever do have your time and you want to rent a movie, I really recommend The Thing. It's just one that you got to go in with open eyes and open arms for, no expectations, and then I like it. I do like it. So I want to say thank you to our wonderful guest. Next week we'll have Sarah and James' thoughts. They just couldn't make it to this one, but they will send me their thoughts and I will read them next week. But I want to thank our wonderful guest, our wonderful patron, Ashley. Thank you so much for being on here. It really means a lot. Come back another time. We'll have you for The Star Is Born. I'm predicting that's going to be Luis's first 10 on this show. He has not given a 10 at all in this show or in any of the movies we've reviewed in the Nerdcore and in this one. So come back another time, reviewing other stuff with us. We'd love to have you. Next week we will be reviewing Happily Ever After. It is a film on Netflix that catches the attention of Luis and I. We can't wait to talk about it. And then the week after that, get ready. We're discussing Big Mouth season 2 on here. So before we leave, I think it's time that I also give you all a sneak peek of what will be October's movie for Movie Club. So we're getting into spooky season, so it's only fashionable that we get to do a spooky movie. So patrons, listen up. In October, the Movie Club will be hosting It Follows. It is on Netflix, and we will be watching that movie for October. Can't wait to do that. But as always, if you did enjoy the episode, make sure you leave a rating and review on the podcast app of choice, because it helps us with feedback. Follow the Nerdcore on Instagram and Twitter at the Nerdcore_ and the Nerdcore. Also, make sure you go follow and like our page on Facebook at the Nerdcore Pods. Don't really do much on Facebook, but I'm trying to use it more. It's just really confusing. It's as confusing as Twitter. Ashley, thank you for being on here with us. You want to plug yourself before we leave?
Yeah, thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you to everyone for listening.
Yeah, we do things a lot different here. I'm sorry, we do.
Go ahead.
Sorry, we do things a lot different here. So it's pretty cool. It's more laid back here. We don't have news and stuff to cover. We just bring topics of during the week that we thought were interesting, and then we review something. But it's a lot more laid back on here. It's more chill. So I'm sorry if it's a little bit too different. The more you come back to this show, the more used to it you'll be. So I hope we can have you back, and thank you for being on here.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Sorry, I wasn't sure if there was a delay or not on my end.
No, you're fine. All right, so yeah, just
Find
plug
me
yourself.
On Instagram under Gucci Bat, or Twitter under X with the 3.
All right, Luis, tell the people where they can find you, the co-host of this podcast.
Follow me on. Fuck, I don't know.
All right.
Follow me. Just look up my name, Luis Garcia. I'm sure you'll find my face.
All right, I know him by memory. You can follow Luis on Twitter at Luis_Garcia77 and on Instagram at Luisito Garcia7. You'll find him there. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at the Nerd Chicano. So, this was me. This has been the episode for the Nerd Chicano. Thank you to our wonderful patrons who keep these shows afloat. We really can't be doing this without you guys. We really do appreciate it. But as always, Viva Mexico, Viva Latinoamérica. We'll see you guys. You guys can say goodbye too.
Bye-bye.
Luis, I'm waiting for you to do Bad Bunny, baby.
Baby.